Okay. So see here, we are in the HANA Studio. Okay, HANA Studio is a place where we can have the option of doing two types of activities. Okay, one is uh, one is your modeling activities, and second type of activity is nothing but your replication activity with the help of your SLT process, which is nothing but your data provisioning, and third type of activity is nothing but the admin related activity. These are the three types of activities. Okay. So to switch from one model to another model, what you can do is that either you can use this modeler, or else you can try to go to this particular admin console you can view. Okay, so what we do is that we call them as the perspectives, what we call perspectives, modeler perspective, or else you may be there in your HANA admin perspective. Okay, when you are there in modeler perspective, the interface is going to be different, and then when you are in admin perspective, your interface is going to be different. Why? Because whenever you are there in the admin perspective, what happens is every time you can have the option of monitoring the job services that are running on HANA. Okay, what exactly, how are the servers running, whether you want to restart the services or stop the services or add the users. Okay, do a backup and recovery, such type of admin related activities. If you want to do, you need to go on to this particular admin tab. Okay, but the other thing what you can do is that you can still start working on this particular modeler perspective also. You can still start working on this particular modeling perspective. Okay, within this particular modeling perspective, okay, there are two types of things that can exist. Okay, one thing is but the catalog. Okay, and second thing is nothing but the content, catalog and content that exists here. So what is the purpose of the catalog and what is the purpose of the content, we need to understand. So Anand, can you please tell me what is the purpose of this catalog here?
Basically to create the modeling objects.
No.
Oh, sorry. Catalog is for different, but the content is for the modeling activities.
Yeah.
Catalog is for the catalog is for the creating the users and their roles.
No. Right. What is the purpose of the catalog is whatever the data that is getting replicated or else that is getting provisioned from the different types of source systems onto your HANA platform. Okay, all the physical data is going to be stored in this particular catalog, organized by different schemas. Okay, all the data is going to be categorized or classified by different schemas. Okay, and within each and every schema, what is being done is that a separate type of database tables are supposed to be created here. Okay, you create the physical tables. Okay, and either you can have the option of importing or exporting the data into this particular physical tables with the help of the Excel sheets. Okay, or else with the help of the BODS replication, or else with the help of the SLT replication, what you can do is you can start replicating the data from the different types of platforms into this particular HANA database. That is the thing what we are expected to do in this particular curriculum. Understood, right?
So
what is
it is more like a data store, basically. Is that right? Or some?
Yeah, it is a physical data store, physical data base where your physical data exists in this form of this particular tables here. Suppose your scheme is something like ECC is there somewhere. Where is that one?
ECC replica.
Okay, within this ECC data, what you do is that whatever all the tables, okay, that you are importing from your ECC into HANA, either with the help of the SLT based replication or else with the help of the ETL based replication, that particular data is going to be stored here. Okay, now in case if this is an ECC instance, suppose this is the ECC instance what you are having. This is the ECC instance what you are having. Okay, within this ECC instance, what you can do is that ECC data instance, what you can do is that from that particular instance, you'll be able to import the tables only once. Two different copies of the same structures cannot be created here, right? Basically, that's what I have told you. Suppose if you have a KNA1 table, okay, I can't maintain the two different copies of the KNA1 table within the ECC schema. Why? Because redundancy of data or duplication of data is not allowed in the case of this HANA Studio. Okay, this is what is your ECC Studio. Okay, then 1 minute. When you come on to your SQL editor, this is the place where you can start writing the SQL for the purpose of creating the new schemas. Okay, creating the new schemas. Okay, as well as you can also have the option of creating the new tables. Okay, such type of things can be created within this particular schema itself. That is, when you go to the admin, when you go to this catalog, okay, when you go to the file, when you click on new, okay, we can try to create a new project. Okay, within that particular project, we can have the option of creating all the different types of schemas in this particular case here. Okay, this way that we can do. Once the schemas are created, within that one we can have the option of creating the different types of tables. How many types of tables are there? There are two types of tables, right? Whether it might be your column-based tables or else it might be your row-based tables that you can create. These are all the schemas that you can have. Okay, so row-based tables are basically used for storing your transactional data. Okay, whereas column-based tables are used to create the tables in the form of dimensions and facts for the purpose of your analytical data. And one more thing is that when you have the row-based tables, okay, row-based tables may not be directly used for creating the models basically. Okay, only the column-based tables can be used for the purpose of creating the different types of views within your packages basically. So these are the differences that we need to understand here. So let me tell you, Vijay, when we were discussing in the previous classes, we have understood two things. What are the two things that we understood is, see here. SAP HANA is a type of database where we can try to host on your SAP business applications as well as the SAP BA applications also we can host on, right? Okay, so when SAP HANA database can be used for the purpose of holding SAP ERP applications, then the type of tables what you are using should always be the row-based tables, okay, where you can have the option of doing the transactions in the effective manner. What are the transactions? Either in the form of insert, delete and update, we can try to have that particular data to be specified. Okay, but there is another thing. What is that one here? You're having something called as a column store. Column store is basically used for the purpose of replicating the data from the analytical databases. Okay, that's why column stores are basically used for your analytical purposes and all, whereas your row stores are basically, row store tables are basically used for your transactional purposes and all. Okay, so while creating the table itself, we can specify whether what type of table you want to create, whether you want to create a row table store or whether you want to create a column table store also, that we can specify. Okay, row table stores and column table stores can be defined with the help of this one. You can see here. ECC data. Open definition. Here, the type of tables what you are creating here, nothing but the column-based stores only you are creating here, basically. Okay. Okay. Once these tables are created, then what we need to do is that we need to come on to this particular content. Okay. the content is the place where we can have the option of creating the models. I would like to understand from Anand and Elva, why should we create this particular content and what we cannot do with this particular physical tables. I would like to understand. Can you please tell me, Anand, why should we go for modeling here?
Since this is the direct replication of HANA tables into the this designer is not allowed. Physically cannot directly work. That's why either you need SLT or ETL replication is allowed. Then only we can work it out.
Let me tell you two things here. First thing is, what are the physical tables that are there in your HANA database cannot be exposed to the reporting tools. You got my point, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cannot be exposed to reporting tools. Okay. You need to have the views. Okay. You need to have a separate layer that should be created on this particular physical tables. Okay. And for the purpose of creating that particular extra layer, what you need to do is that you need to start working on this particular content. Okay. The content is the place where we can start creating these particular packages. Okay. Within this particular packages, you can have the option of creating different types of views. Okay. And those particular views, okay, every view what you are creating, what is going to happen is that it is going to be stored in the form of your sys_bac. Okay. And they are going to be appeared in the form of your sys_bac in the form of the column views. Okay. Within this particular column views, then within the form of this particular column views, what we can do is we can have the option of exposing these views to the different types of reporting tools, exposing the views to the different types of reporting tools, okay, for the purpose of creating different types of reporting applications. For the purpose of creating different types of reporting applications. So that's why what we can say is since the physical tables of your database cannot be directly exposed to your reporting and analysis, that is the place where we can start creating different types of column views. There is a place where we can start creating different types of views basically. Okay, all those particular views have to be created in this particular content here. Okay, and the main purpose of your content store is to do two types of reporting. One is nothing but the SQL based reporting, and second type of reporting is nothing but the cube based reporting also, which is nothing but the MDX based reporting. Why? Because since HANA is a hybrid database that can have both the two types of rollup and molap characteristics, what we can do is that we can have the option of using any one of these particular scripts, either the SQL script or the MDX script that can be fired on this particular content store, that can be fired on this particular content in order to produce the different types of reporting applications. That's why modeling itself is going to be a very good phenomenon. Modeling itself is going to be a very good phenomenon where you can have the option of seeing the different types of views that you can create based on the type of data that you're having in your physical content. So that's why here what is important is this catalog is important, and within the catalog you're going to have all the physical tables. Okay, within this particular physical tables, the data is going to be replicated from different types of methodologies, either with the help of the SLT or else with the help of your ETL or else with the help of your import and export of the data from the Excel sheets. Once you have this particular data, since all these particular physical tables cannot be directly exposed to your different reporting tools and analysis tools, then what we do is that we start creating the views, either they are the modeling views or else they are the what we can say modeling views we can create, okay, for the purpose of allowing the different types of reporting applications, to work on this particular models, or else they are also called as the views. Then I told you what are all the different types of reporting tools, okay, that can be used on the top of this particular HANA database. I told you, right, Crystal reports can be used as well as Excel CS can be used, and third thing is that you can also have the option of using Excel sheets, and fourth thing is that Business Objects Web Bundle and Switch Client can also be used on the top of this particular HANA database. Is this concept clear to you, Anand and Vijay and Elva?
So the views are created in the views are created using the content, right?
The views are created with the help of the content. We really
Content.
don't create the views in the form of this particular catalog. Okay.
Catalog. We use those physical tables and model it in the content.
Yeah, model it in the content basically. Okay. 1 minute time come. So Anand, I have a question to you. Can you please tell me the types of data what you can find in OLTP systems or OLAP systems?
What types of data in OLTP in OLAP?
Yeah.
OLAP, okay, OLAP is like a star schema or some snowflake schema, something.
Let me put it like this. You have your OLTP, you have your OLAP, as well as you have your SAP BA also.
Right.
3 things.
Okay. OLTP is more like flat database tables.
Master
OLAP,
data.
Master data. And the OLAP is like cube with some.
You can also have the something called the attribute data.
Text.
Attribute data should also be there, and third type of data what you are having is nothing but the transactional data. 3 types of data. One is the master data.
Sorry. Oh, right. Transactional data, attribute data. Okay.
These are the things, right?
Right. Attribute data is text basically. Okay.
Master data. And there is one more thing that you can use. The other thing is also called as a reference data you can call. Reference or static data. Okay. Now tell me what you call this in OLAP. Master data will be called as the dimensional data, right? Do you agree with me?
Yes, I agree.
The other type of data what you're having is the nothing but dimensional data, where your data is getting organized in the form of fact tables. Okay, and third type of data what you're having is nothing but the lookup data. These are the things that you can have. Dimensional data, fact tables, and third type of data what you're having is nothing but the lookup data that you can have. 3 things: dimensional data, fact tables, and dimensional lookup data. Now tell me what you call this one as in SAP BA.
These like
master info objects.
Yeah.
Info objects. What is the next one? Something called as this
info cubes, characteristics, and
characteristic info objects, and this one is your key figure.
Key figure data.
Key figures. And what more objects you can have? You can have something called as DSO that you can have, not required.
Yeah, okay. DSO like a flat table.
Yeah, and what thing is that you can have the caption of info cube. You can have. Okay.
Info set.
I think that info set is showed is here. Info cube and multi providers also.
Multi provider, multi cube or multi provider.
This is the thing that you have basically. In OLTP, we call this one as master data, attribute data, transactional data, and referential and static data. In OLAP, we call this one as dimensional data and fact tables and lookup data. In SAP PIA, we are having master info object, characteristic, key figures, and these things you have. Initially, when we want to model this particular master data, dimensional data, or master info objects, in the case of HANA, okay, what you're going to have is that you're going to have a type of view, HANA, you're going to have a type of views, and those types of views are nothing but the attribute views, what we call. Attribute views, what we need to call. We are going to have the different types of views called as the attribute views we are going to have here, attribute views. Okay, so let me tell you the concept of your attribute views here. Let me tell you the concept of the attribute views here. First thing is, when you come on to this particular catalog, you can have the option of creating the different types of packages. Okay, packages is something which is at the highest level of the hierarchy. And before creating that particular package, what we need to do is that we need to start creating a type of unit. Okay, that type of unit is nothing but the delivery unit, what we call here, delivery unit. Here are all the delivery units. Okay, delivery units are nothing but okay, trying to identify the segments, okay, which are being exported to your dev to QA and then QA to production. Okay, so such type of units are called as the delivery units. Okay, so in case if you are trying to create any particular package, what we need to do is that these particular packages need to be tied down to your delivery units. So you please select this particular delivery unit and then these are all the different types of delivery units that have been created. I want to create a delivery unit. Version is service pack 5. This is also SP5. This is also SP5. PPM said, what is this? I don't know. I told you, right? This dialog helps you to create a delivery unit to the transport content from version details that can be during shipment, classes from SAP to the customer and all. That means it's SAP to the production. You have the concept of something like a transport content in the case of SAP PA, right, Vijay?
Yes, Ravi. Yeah, it will create a request ID. Based on the request ID, it will send to the transports.
So promoting the objects, right, from
yeah,
to QA and QA to production, right?
Yes, Ravi.
Okay, so such type of ID you can specify. If it is required, you can specify. Otherwise, you can leave it this one. But what is optional is this delivery unit is optional. So this name is important. That is. This is what is the delivery unit I want to create. This is what is your delivery unit, and all other delivery units are also created here, which is not that much important. Now you create. Sorry, delivery unit is created. So now one thing what we want to do is that within that particular delivery unit, what I want to do is that I want to assign the set of all the packages. So that's why when you click on this content and when you start creating this one, this is the place where we need to start creating the package. This is the place where we need to start creating the package. Okay, so we start with the big class. Okay, here it will be asking you the delivery unit. So you please attach your delivery unit to this one. Person responsible is HANA user.
I think the underscore is not allowed.
When you specify and then you click on OK. This package is existing, which is nothing but your big classes -pack basically, right? Now, whatever the modeling thing what you are going to create, okay, that modeling activities need to be created in the form of the star schemas only. That modeling activities need to be created in the form of the star schemas. Okay. The main purpose of creating such type of things is only for the purpose of star schemas. You know, like star schemas contains two types of tables. One is nothing but the dimension tables, and second thing is nothing but the fact tables. Okay. Now, within the dimension, we need to create the dimension tables first, and based on the decision on your dimension tables, then we need to go ahead and then start creating the fact tables. Then we need to go and then start creating the fact tables. Okay. In the process of doing those two things, first of all, what we need to do is that we need to start creating the dimensional tables, okay, and the dimension tables in the case of SAP HANA are treated as the attribute views. Dimension tables in the case of SAP HANA are treated as the attribute views in this particular sense here, attribute views. Okay, let me tell you. One minute, guys. My seating position. They are treated as the attribute views. So we need to create the attribute views first. Okay. For the purpose of creating the attribute views, we need to identify the set of master tables or the dimension tables that exist within your schemas. Okay, for the purpose of creating these attribute views. And one more noticeable difference, let me tell you. Noticeable difference, let me tell you. While creating the schemas, okay, while creating the views or else while creating the packages, okay, the user here we are treated as the HANA user here basically. You need to understand this one. Vijay, Anand and Srini. One thing is that for the purpose of entering into this particular system, you are having the different IDs and passwords, right, Vijay?
Right.
Yeah, right, Ravi.
But while entering into your HANA system, those usernames and passwords are not used. Why? Because we are always treated as one user. What is that user? That user is nothing but the HANA user. Even if you remember, while trying to create the data store for the purpose of connecting to your HANA database also, we have specified only that particular user. What is that user? That is nothing but the HANA user. You can see here. Somewhere they have specified it in the notepad. Where is it? The HANA details. Within this HANA details, they specify. The user is HANA user and the password is welcome1234. And also they have mentioned a note. What is that one here? Please don't change the password of HANA user. Use this password only. Is it database user? The user ID is what you have given is for the purpose of entering into this particular client system. That is different. Okay. That's why whoever is logging, either LY is logging in. LY, did you ever get a chance to log in into this particular system? LY is there or left? Okay. We are all treated as the HANA users only here. So that's why since within this particular HANA okay, within this HANA user only we are trying to create all these particular packages and we are trying to create all these particular views. Okay, one thing that we need to understand here is while creating the packages or while creating the views within those particular packages, the HANA user can have the option of accessing any table that is present in this particular schemas. Any table. He can use any of these particular tables in the different schemas that can be used as the base tables for the purpose of creating the different types of views, whether it is the attribute view or if it is a calculation view or something else, he can start using. Such type of flexibility has been provided in SAP HANA. Anand, you got my point, right?
Right, right.
Okay. Vijay garu, did those people send you the recordings of the previous sessions?
No, and they didn't send me yet. Even no SQL Server access.
Okay. Sir, this is my ID. Okay. What are the mails you are writing? What are the mails you are writing to either big classes or Karthik? Okay. Kindly make sure that you are keeping me in CC, sir. Anandji.
Yeah, sure. What? Okay. Maybe.
I don't know, maybe Anand, did you get the recorded session on Mondays?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't receive anything.
Yeah.
I think Alva was trying some time ago, but he didn't get either.
ఆనంద్ గారు మీరు కార్తిక్ చెప్తారు, కార్తిక్ వాళ్ళు వచ్చి మళ్ళీ బిగ్ క్లాస్ అంటున్నారు, బిగ్ క్లాస్ వాళ్ళు వచ్చి మళ్ళీ నన్ను అడుగుతారు.
Even lifting our phone.
Sorry? Even
they are not lifting the phone. That's what L was saying. But I talked to Surya yesterday, but he said he's going to be sent it, but he never sent me. Even he said he's going to be look at the SQL Server access, but he never do it.
సార్ మీరు కనుక సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్ యాక్సెస్ యూజ్ చేయాలంటే ఈ యూజర్ ఐడి పాస్వర్డ్ యూజ్ చేయండి సార్. మీరు
ఏ యూజర్ ఐడి అండి?
ఈ హనా యూజర్ యూజ్ చేయండి.
పాస్వర్డ్ ఏంటండి?
పాస్వర్డ్ కూడా నేను చెబుతా. స్టార్ హనా ఇది యూజ్ చేయండి ప్రస్తుతానికి.
ఓకే.
యూజర్ వచ్చి హానా యూజర్ 9 కదా.
అందరు యూజ్ చేస్తే అది బొగ్గు.
ఎందుకులేండి, మేము వాళ్ళ దగ్గర తీసుకొస్తాంలేండి. దట్స్ నాట్ ఎ ప్రాబ్లం,
Sir, my only thing is that you should not get hampered by the kind of environment what we are having, right? That is only the intention.
Yeah, exactly.
Mails aithe flow avutha unte gaani the work will not be done andi. That is one thing that is causing a lot of worry here.
Okay.
Okay. Ippudu this is done, right? So we understand.
Ravi, one more question here. I have a question is, if we don't create a delivery units, but I create a package, can I add later on that package into the delivery units?
No, not a problem. No. See,
like same as SAP BI, it goes to the temporary.
Yeah. Even when I try to create a package also, this is the only thing that we need to mention where this is mandatory and other things are optional at this point of time. Vijay.
Yeah.
Name is only the thing that is important here at this point.
Yeah, but my question is, after the fact, can we add into the delivery units?
We can do that one. That is, when you go on to this delivery units, okay, what you do is that you please select a particular delivery unit and then click on add. Then the list of all the packages will be coming here. You please select the package what you want to add and then click on finish. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, we have this particular package that is created. Okay. Within this particular package, where is the package? We have this package that is created. Okay, within this package we need to start creating the attribute use. Okay, for the purpose of creating the attribute use, we need to understand the schemas that exist. The schema is nothing but the eFashion tutorial schema is there. Within this eFashion tutorial schema, there are a couple of dimension tables and fact tables that are existing. Okay, now what we need to do as Srinivas Garu and Vijay and Anand and Elva, I was telling you some exercise earlier, right? We are trying to identify a database called as eFashion database. Okay, and somehow or the other, what we need to do is that we need to bring the data from that particular eFashion database into. We need to bring the data from the eFashion database into this particular HANA database. Okay, then we can have the option of correctly viewing this particular data and then correctly model these particular things. Okay, but for now there is one type of fact table that is a dimension table that is existing, which is nothing but your outlet lookup. Okay, this is what is your outlet lookup. So Anand, can you say whether it is a master table or transaction table? Also, please justify why it is not a master table or why it is not a dimension table. Anand Garu.
Yes, I'm looking at that.
Just tell me whether this particular outlet lookup is a master table or a transaction table.
For me, it looks like a master table because this is not going to change for quite some time.
And one
The
more thing,
address,
there are no metrics at all. Okay, and this is not the
No,
data generated out of the transactions. This is not the
Right.
data that is generated out of the transactions. This is a pure master data. Okay,
master data.
entry is being recorded whenever a particular shop is getting added, basically, right, Anand?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, so that is the way we are going to take up these things. Anand, you know BODS and business objects also?
Yes, BODS, not theoretical, but I didn't do much practical. But BO reports, and I did a lot of.
What is your expertise over there?
Basically, universal designing, OLTP, reporting on the BO with BW, and crystal reports, web
Okay.
intelligence reporting, all that.
BODS you don't know, right? BODS.
BODS, I did few exercises only, that in my experience. But I didn't go through no actual work, but it's just some exercises that I did while learning it on my laptop.
Okay, fine. So this is my data I want to use. There is nothing but your outlet underscore lookup I want to use here. Okay. Within this, I want to use that particular table for the purpose of creating my first attribute view. For the purpose of creating my first attribute view. So that's why what you do is that please come down. One thing, let me tell you, attribute views can be created on a single table as well as it can be created on the multiple tables also. Okay. So just like in the way within the SAP, you try to validate the object and then you try to activate that particular object, then only that particular object can be used for reusability. Okay. As long as you are not validating and then you are not activating that particular object, the object will be there in the deactivated state where you cannot use it until it is getting activated basically. Okay. That is the wholesome understanding what we need to have here.
The attribute views are basically to load the master data, and the calculation views are for the transactional data.
How many years of experience you hold, Anand?
In IT, or you mean only in data warehouse?
In IT and in data warehouse.
Total like 15 years.
My
And
God.
in data
Warehousing?
like 4.5, 5 years.
4.5 years. Okay. Okay. Now let me tell you two things here. Attribute views, right?
Yes.
You're asking one question. What is that one?
The attributes views that in HANA is mainly to load the master data.
No. Attribute views are supposed to be created based on the master data structures what you're having there. Okay, whether you load the data or not load the data, that is a different issue. Okay, that can be done at a later point of time. But once your master tables are created within your catalog, okay, and once your master data tables are loaded with the data, okay, then only such type of attribute view creation will take place. Okay, so for the purpose of creating the attribute view to take place, what is important is that it is only the structure of the master table that should exist, not the database. Okay, and one more thing what I have told you about this particular attribute tables is they can be created on a single table or else they can be created on multiple tables also. They can be created on multiple tables also. And one more thing is that if you guys have a good experience on creating the universe where you're going to have the technical layer and the business layer that exists, here also you're going to have two types of layers that exist. One is nothing but the output layer, and second thing is nothing but the data foundation layer. Okay, these are the two things which we are going to use, okay, for the purpose of creating this particular attribute views here. Okay, for the purpose of creating this attribute views. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, select this one, right click and specify new, which is going to be your attribute. Vijay, we are also discussing, right? The navigation what you are having right now is different from the navigation what was given in your certification materials. Why? Because certification materials is not a standard updated one. Certification material is based on the previous versions of your HANA, but the version of SAP HANA what you use is going to be the SAP HANA 5. That's why it is going to be different. Okay. So we want to create a new attribute view here. Okay, the package is this particular class pack, and the view type is attribute view, and the second thing is nothing but the analytical view. So I want to create only the attribute view only right now.
Right.
Yeah. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Attribute view here. Okay, I want to specify this one as outlet underscore attr underscore view. Okay, the description is, you can change the description is required. Attribute view. Outlet lookup. Okay, create this one. So there are two types of views that exist. Actually, three types of views. One is nothing but the standard view. The second thing is nothing but the time view, and third one is nothing but the derived view. Okay, derived view ante what happens is that in case if you are having a basic attribute view that is already existing, on top of that one, if you want to create one more derived view, one more attribute view, then it is set to be something called as a derived view. Time attribute view is going to contain only the time-based characteristics which are related to the time dimension, and standard view is nothing but the regular dimensions for which you want to create the attribute views. Okay, so this is the standard dimension what I want to use for the purpose of creating this attribute views. Select this one. Click on this finish. Click on this finish button. Now this is the place where we need to start modifying all the things in order to make sure that things are coming onto the track. So today what I am trying to do is that I am trying to add the tables to your data foundation layer. I told you, right? యూనివర్స్ ఎప్పుడైనా క్రియేట్ చేస్తారండి విజయ్ గారు మీరు వ్యూలో?
చేశానండి.
అక్కడ మనకి టెక్నికల్ వ్యూ అండ్ బిజినెస్ లేయర్ రెండు ఉంటాయి కదా దాంట్లో, which is nothing but the data foundation layer and second thing is nothing but the business layer. ఇక్కడ కూడా you are going to have two things here. The data foundation layer is existing along with your semantics is also existing here. Semantics is nothing but your business layer, whereas your data foundation layer is going to be your technical layer here. So ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం చేయాల్సి ఉంటుందంటే we need to add the data foundation layer, okay, in the form of the physical tables, where we need to start importing the tables from the catalog into this particular data foundation layer. Dantlo we need to start first putting things, right? Okay, దాని గురించి ఏం చేస్తానంటే see here. Select this eFashion tutorial. Select these particular tables. Okay. Within these tables, what I want to do is that I want to select this particular outlet lookup I want to use. Okay. Please select this particular outlet lookup and then bring this particular outlet lookup onto this particular data foundation. దీంట్లోకి మీరు తీసుకొచ్చారు అంతే. Okay, that means that where it is getting added? It is getting added to your data foundation layer only. It is getting added to the data foundation layer only. In case, if there is a place where you want to add some more tables, you can also do that one. But at the same time, what we need to do is that we need to start creating the joins. So that's why one thing what I want to conclude for today is attribute view is something which can be created on a Elverson has already left. One thing that we need to conclude today is attribute view is something which can be created on the one or more dimensional tables. Okay, when it is being created on one or more dimension tables, obviously what you need to have is that you need to have the joins that should be supported. Okay, for the purpose of creating this particular columns and this particular calculate columns. So that particular part we'll see at a later point of time. Okay, but for now we are going to see. But for now we are going to see four things here. Attribute views can be of derived types, it can be of your standard types, or else it can be of your time-based types. Okay, and attribute views can be created from a single table, or else it can be created from multiple tables. And just like the objects what you do in SAP, here you need to create, validate, and then activate in order to reuse them in this particular applications. Okay, so what we do is that we start extending this particular topic tomorrow, and then make sure that the attribute views are completed, and then we'll start working on this particular analytical attribute views and analytical views and calculation views are both are going to be very much important for your effective design considerations basically. Okay.
Basically this data foundation layer where you have multiple tables and where you can join the with the different relationship just like a universe designer, and that makes the attribute view.
Yeah, true. Just like in the universe design. Yeah. Okay. So guys, that's all for me for today, and we'll meet tomorrow, and then make sure that we are continuing to complete this particular attribute views, and then start working on this particular analytical views. Okay.
Okay, Ravi.
Srini, you are clear, right? Srini. Srini?
Yes, Ravi. Yeah, yes, Ravi.
Okay, fine. Okay guys, we'll meet tomorrow now. Okay, thank you.